What's up, Grace Nation? I'm Meghan Triplett, and I've got John Roser on the phone, and we want to do a special three-point stance today. And this one we want to make in dedication into the legacy of Kobe Bryant. Early Sunday afternoon, reports came out that him and his daughter, along with seven other people, were killed in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. And yesterday was tough for everybody. It's still tough today, and the world is mourning. So we wanted to do 3 points and three reasons why we will remember Kobe Bryant. And the first thing that I have to mention is that I'll definitely remember that he was a family man. He had four beautiful daughters, and he talked about his daughters all the time. If you followed him or his wife on social media, you constantly saw them. You constantly saw his 13-year-old daughter, Gigi, who they called on the sidelines, on the court. He coached her. And it's just so heartbreaking. But that's probably the number one thing that I'm going to remember about him.
Yeah, I mean that was obviously after his NBA career when he transitioned from the NBA to life after basketball, and she is the daughter of the four that brought him back to the NBA because he was not around after he retired, and it was her interest in basketball and how much she loved playing and wanted obviously to be really good and be great, that he started bringing her to Lakers games, and you started seeing her with him a lot. And obviously there's the moment of him obviously trying to teach her something, and she chimes in and says something, and Kobe's like, exactly. And so I mean that, yeah, it was man, I'm still. I was driving home last night from the Grizzlies game, and I'm listening to Bill Simmons and Chris Ryan do a podcast on it. And the title of the podcast is just sitting there on the screen of my car, and it says "R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, 1978 to 2020," and I still can't believe it. I
Yeah,
still can't believe it.
it's shocking. It was hard to sleep last night. It was hard to work yesterday. The Grizzlies took on the Suns. It was hard just for everybody, just in general. I think it was one of those moments that I know people die every single day, but you had Kobe Bryant. It doesn't matter how much money you have, who's untouchable. And like this happens, and it shouldn't take someone passing away to realize that just how short life can be. But let's move on to our second point of what we'll definitely remember about Kobe Bryant is his Mamba mentality, his competitiveness. Whether you were rooting for him or against him, you knew that Kobe Bryant was probably the hardest working guy out there on the court. He always said he wore number 24 because that's how long it took him, 24 hours a day to dedicate to basketball. He was competitive like no other. He was cocky, but that Mamba mentality is something that is always going to resonate. Whether you're playing basketball, you shoot a shot, you throw out the name Kobe. That's something that we all grew up knowing and knowing about him.
Yeah, there no doubt about it. And I think it was that competitiveness that made opposing teams fans. It was one of the reasons that they just disliked him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is and that's why yesterday it was all over the NBA yesterday, and you'll continue to see it from teams tonight, and then especially Tuesday night when the Lakers host the Clippers, when that's that first game in Staples Center since it, that you see the ultimate sign of respect. I mean, all those fans yesterday that stood up at FedEx Forum chanting Kobe's name. Do you know how many times they have booed him and probably yelled some horrible things to him in that arena when he played for the Lakers? But then when a moment like it is the ultimate sign of respect, and it's because of everybody respected him because you knew how hard he was playing.
Yes, he definitely was. And you know what? Also, you knew that, you told me you wanted this to be our third point was that he didn't care. So I'm gonna let you kind of elaborate on that.
Yeah, what I mean by not caring is, our buddy Devin Walker could tell you, like so many of these players, whether they're college kids, high school kids, and even a lot of these guys in the NBA, the first thing they do when the game is done, they go to the locker room and they grab their phones and they start searching Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, searching their names to see what people are saying about him. Kobe didn't care about any of that. There's that very famous commercial he had, the conductor, and he's conducting all these people in the crowd that are standing up and singing negative things about him.
Mm-hmm.
He did not care that you did not like him on that court, that you could boo him all you wanted to boo him. It did not matter to him. Kobe was Kobe, and he was going to be himself. And what that was an amazing basketball player who prepared every night to play, who played hard, every night you saw him out there. And he did not care what you thought of him. You don't know how many horrible things that guy has said to him on the basketball court by fans, and he just block it out, whatever, man. And not everybody's gonna like you. And I wish, I wish players were kind of like that. We're a little more like that now. We just don't care what people are saying about you on Twitter and on Instagram. But Kobe was rare. He was rare. It is tough to find athletes that have that level of competitiveness, that level of drive, and that are that talented.
Kobe mentioned all the time that he wasn't here on the world to make people happy. He wasn't here on the world to, try to suck up to people or worry about are people talking to me? Am I the number one talked about person or liked person? All he cared about was the game of basketball and what he was doing more. And then he always said that I want people to remember me by like that. I never wasted a day, wasted an hour, wasted any moment, but I gave it my absolute all. And that's something that we all see throughout the 41 years of his life. He definitely gave it his all. And, from myself, John Roser, Grind City Media, FedEx One, Memphis Grizzlies, we send our deepest condolences to the Bryant family, to his wife Vanessa, his 3 girls, and to all the family members that lost loved ones yesterday in that helicopter crash. We thank you for watching this special edition of 3 Point Stands presented by Mountain Dew.